They took a giant risk. Next season would be an interesting one. One that would change Fortnite forever.
You know, I wasn't kidding when I said that this would change the game forever. When they told us the island you once knew has flipped, I didn't expect the island to also include our entire understanding of the game. Welcome to Fortnite Resistance. This is the season where everything changed, which I know is a phrase you've likely heard a lot, but I absolutely mean it this time. During downtime, there were leaks, as usual, big surprise. I remember though, that night there was a certain leak that really caught my eye. I couldn't believe what I saw, so I just figured it was a mistake. Then, the season trailer launched. It was not a mistake. The IO really meant business because they managed to get their hands on some crazy tech here. This time, war broke out. The Seven and the Imagined Order went in an all-out battle for the 0 point. One trying to set it and all of us free, and the other trying to harness its power to create a perfect order. They brought tanks, buses, and fists. Our girl Headhunter here did a sick backflip, and then the truth was revealed. Dr. Sloan had a button. Not just any button, but one that would decide the fate of not only the story, but Fortnite as a whole. Forever. Building was gone. That's it. No strings attached, no but then. It was just gone. Fortnite Battle Royale just removed its most core feature, the one that made it stand out from all the other Battle Royale games in the first place. You can no longer build in Fortnite, unless you liked Arena. Now, as anybody with eyes can tell, there is a whole lot of different stuff. How does it work? Does this even make sense? Is Fortnite stupid? Calm down, let me give you a tour, starting from the beginning. Also, hey guys, I know you've been waiting for a while for this video, and we're finally doing it, so don't forget to use code CHUGGACHUGG in the shop, no spaces, hashtag epic partner, if you would like to support me. I appreciate it a lot, and you doing the stuff that you do helps me do the stuff that I do. Thank you. New season, new map updates. Well, kind of. The map stayed relatively similar to Flipped's map, but there were a few notable changes. The IO got here by drill, so now there's a POI named the Fortress. I actually forgot that this was even a named POI until I started editing this video. Not much to say. If you had any doubts that this season really did take place during a war, may I redirect your eyes to all of the craters around the map? These guys were going at it. It was insane. The IO set up these giant blimps across the map, notably being a covert cavern, now renamed to Command Cavern by the way, Condo Canyon, Coney Crossroads, Rocky Reels, the Daily Bugle, and Tilted Towers. This is actually all of the big stuff for now, but it won't be for forever. Fun fact, when playing in-game, you could actually see which faction has control over what parts of the island. Neat detail. Now, while the map may be mostly the same, how about weapons? Well, for starters, the MK7 was taken out, the heavy shotgun and grenade launcher didn't get to make the most out of their new reworks for very long, and the machine pistol was removed after finally getting the chance to properly shine after all of the accidental unvaults. Also say goodbye to a bunch of these as well. This isn't everything, but it's a lot of them. While a lot of the loot pool was on its way out, there were still many things on their way in. Take the Striker Burst. It's the 2-round burst AUG from Chapter 2, but now you can actually use the scope that's on it. It's functioning as the replacement of the MK7, so you might want to get used to using it. They also brought back the Thermal Scope DR, which since it's a Chapter 1 weapon brought into Chapter 3, it got a major rework. It's semi-automatic now, but also has a faster fire rate. It actually was pretty solid. I like it a little bit more. This isn't the only classic weapon to get reworked, because we also saw the return of the drum shotgun. It's not as fast as it once was, but it does have better range than before. I'm sure this won't have any negative— okay, let's just skip the jokes. Yeah, no, this thing was busted to a lot of people. The Spray and Pray Stinger SMG was still here from last season, but it has gotten nerfed over time, so at least we don't have to do a second spray meta in a row. What the heck is that doing here? This combat SMG here was actually in Chapter 2 Season 8 as a voting option in the donation stations. It never got added to that season's loot pool though, because it lost the vote to the combat assault rifle. It's okay though, it actually gets its time to shine right here. And shine it did, oh my. If you were someone who liked the spray meta of Season 1 for some reason, you're gonna love this season a lot. This SMG was even stronger than the Stinger for some other reason. I'm not sure why they thought people would like that. We'll worry about that later though. Shockwave grenades are back. Now though it may be hard to believe nowadays, these things actually got vaulted pretty often back then. They're already a little bit more powerful than last time because sliding after using them lets you keep your momentum, but there's also a few other things that might contribute to that too. Now at the time, a lot of us were wondering, How on earth does the game that revolves around building work without it? Well, let me give you another tour of some new features that you might fancy. First off, there's a new overshield mechanic. At all times, you have 50 overshield. It's separate from your normal shield and it regenerates if you take damage. Since you can't put a wall to defend yourself from being shot, overshield is designed to give you a bit of protection when you're caught off guard. Now what if you're far from cover, you might be asking? You're asking that, right? Well, get those legs moving because we gotta get sprinting. And now, yeah, sprinting was already in the game, technically, but this is a tactical sprint. You run even faster than you did before, but you can only run for so long before you gotta take a breath and recharge. And last but not least, ever have that moment where you're gliding and you just barely miss the top of that building? Well, good news. You can mantle now. Mantling lets you climb up to the top of a ledge that's just barely out of your reach. This makes traversing those buildings that were designed with building in mind way easier than before. There we go, see? Fortnite thought ahead. Maybe removing the core mechanic of the game might not have been a bad idea after all. Anyways, before we move on, some other things to note. Not too long into the start of the season, they added drivable battle buses along with turrets on top of them. The battle pass casually dropped 2 new members of the 7, being the Imagined and the Origin, along with a member of the IO named Gunner we had seen before, all at once. The launch pad and the armored wall were removed from the loop, likely because you couldn't exactly place traps without building yet. They also vaulted the Guzzle Juice, even though it literally got introduced 1 season ago. People found a new building UI, that's weird. The health and shield bar got their Chapter 2 wonk removed, and I don't care what anyone says, this looked better. Klombo mysteriously disappeared, don't know what's up with that. The Stone family from Chapter 1 is back, they're over here now. This is when the Cow Catcher was added, which makes vehicles do some crazy damage by plowing into stuff. The Repair Torch also got added, which I'm pretty sure you guys also forgot about. It just repairs vehicles. They changed the default song that plays on the battle bus for the very first time. This will last throughout the entirety of Chapter 3 outside of events. Hit marker sounds got slightly updated. And for the level up sound check, bold. Whoa, hold up now, we aren't there yet. We've got a content update on the horizon. Now at the start of the season, leakers and people were saying that building would return. In fact, they said it would return about a week after the season launched. Well, here we are. I still have no blueprints. Yeah, so I'm not fully sure how, but building got delayed? Yeah, the core mechanic of the game that's been in it since 2011 got delayed for return. Even after the content update, where we got this thing by the way, it still didn't return? That was 9 whole days after the season launched. It actually took all the way until the 2nd of April for building to come back. The no-build period of the game was over and we could all go back to playing Fortnite the way it was meant to be, right guys? Something that I wasn't prepared for was for people to start vibing with this change. I couldn't stand having no building. It's what I loved about the game. All the plays you can do, being able to protect yourself, the satisfaction of learning how to do some of the best feeling things you can do in a video game. Why would I want that to be gone? I love building, but what about everyone else? It's been years. Not everyone can keep up anymore. Building getting removed was one of the best things that happened to people. More people could get into the game without feeling like they need to master it, and Fortnite knew that. People loved how the game played, even though it took the fort away from Fortnite, and Epic was cool with that. In fact, they actually pulled the ultimate move to make both groups of people happy. Why not do both? Building returned back to Battle Royale, but the experience of fighting with no blueprints didn't go away. It actually stuck around too, in the form of a new mode. And I don't mean like an LTM, a new permanent playlist option that stands alongside Battle Royale. Welcome to Fortnite Zero Build. This is the exact same Fortnite that we played in the first 2 weeks of the season, but now as a separate option. Now, you can play your own way. Everything is gonna be normal, just different. We've got 2 options that cater to 2 different types of players, so now everyone can stay happy. It's fine now, right? It's okay? Well, we could check back up on how that's doing later. We've still got a whole season to cover. Fortnite decided to do voting again. People can use their bars to vote for items to return to the game, with the first vote being between the MK7 and the Combat Assault Rifle. Both weapons were briefly unvaulted so that people could give them a chance by trying them out before voting for them. The MK7 was introduced last season, and it seemed like the Striker Burst was supposed to be the replacement for it. The Combat Assault Rifle was introduced in Chapter 2 Season 8, since as we said before, it won the vote against the Combat SMG. These 2 weapons at one point actually had very similar, almost the exact same stats to each other. This was the battle between a red dot weapon and a weapon with no scope. What would the community choose? Well, give it a sec. It's time to vote. Let's check back in on them after this update. We're finally here, the first major update of the season. The heavy sniper returned, this time accounting for the great sniper rework of chapter 3. In other words, despite this doing a whopping 132 damage in legendary, it still couldn't one-shot people with a headshot. I was always curious on why they made this change last season, but could it have been in preparation for Zero build? Who knows? Oh hey, you won! The MK7 successfully beat the Combat AR out of the vote and got unvaulted despite not even being gone for a full season yet. Seems people really like the red dot weapons. Wonder how that'll affect the future trajectory of Fortnite's loot pool. Anyways, the teams are fighting again. The 7 and the Imagined Order are battling at the Daily Bugle right now, which is still here for some reason, trying to claim the location. Well, one content update later, and the 7 won! That's their spot now, look at that! Also, it's Easter. Eggs and the egg launcher are back. So is the jetpack. Interesting. Well, going back a bit, war doesn't stop that quickly. The teams are at it again, but this time at Condo Canyon. I bet that'll go crazy. Also, I should mention, there was this boss on the map named Huntmaster Saber. As bosses typically do, he drops a mythic after being eliminated, but the reason I bring him up is because you fight him on the blimps, but specifically the blimps around where the two factions are fighting. He was at the Daily Bugle at first, but now he's at Condo Canyon. Interesting, right? Also, that airship crashed. Anyways, this update actually isn't that crazy. We kind of got through that pretty quickly. Moving on. So, the 7 won the fight. They took back Condo Canyon. They're doing great right now. Look at that streak of 2 already. Wait, they're already at Coney Crossroads? Dang, these guys do not play around. Anyways, I actually want to turn your attention over to Peely. This guy's been practicing his driving skills, though judging by the crash, he's still learning. Interesting. Go Banana Man. We've got another loot pool update. Welcome the Ranger Shotgun to the mix. Now this guy is good at exactly what the name suggests, being good at range. With the heavy shotgun being gone, there had to be some gimmicky shotgun in the loot pool. Now this gun can pack a serious punch if you hit someone with it. But you just have to, hit someone with it. It's got a very tight spread, so you better hope your aim is good. You've also only got one shot. After that, you gotta fully reload it before you can use it again. Now, fortunately, this thing does have a quick reload, but it can be a bit awkward if you don't have a switch weapon. If you're in builds. In Zero build, people can't just build in between shots, so you might actually have another shot if you mess up the first one. Very situational weapon, but one that can absolutely have its uses. Also, the Clomberry is back, but there's no Clombo. Where did that big dino wander off to? Anyways, it's time for another item vote. This time, you've got to choose between the Rift-to-Go and the Boogie Bomb. Now, the Boogie Bomb was already given a chance to be voted for back in Chapter 2, but it lost to the Combat Shotgun. That was crazy because Brutes were returning that season and Boogie Bombs were a great counter to them, but it's whatever. They've got another shot. They just have to beat the Rift-to-Go. Wait, hold the phone. Now give the phone to me. A content update dropped. Well, at least I believed in you, man. The 7 won! Again! Coney is theirs, and now they're on to Rocky Reels, which please be careful with that POI because it is a personal favorite of mine and I will not stand to see it hurt in any way, thank you. Anyways, Light Machine Gun is back. Now, as you're starting to figure out, and as I've actually started realizing while putting this video together, a returning weapon means a rework. It holds 60 bullets instead of 100, but reloads a little bit faster now. It's also got better spread, but way more recoil with the first 20 shots. Also, it sounds different. Though not for very long. Dang, Fortnite really loved their reworks, didn't they? I can't believe I didn't notice this before. It's so obvious now. They were trying to update the older guns so that they would fit the updated Fortnite scene better. I like what they're doing. Well, I did. Something major changed with the next update, and a certain class of weapons shifted in a very big way. Shotguns. They're different now. In some ways, you might not have even realized. Every one of them got changed in one way or another, but the main thing is that body shot damage was increased and headshot damage was limited. It's a similar type of thing that snipers got. Shotguns got given a headshot cap, preventing them from doing 200 damage or higher, which means that one pumps are gone. Even for the classic pump from Chapter 1, the one that wasn't even in the current loot pool, that got changed too. Even the pellet spread got changed this season, so damage at longer ranges was just likely to be lower overall. It's so interesting. Shotguns already have felt a bit weaker at the start of the chapter, but now they do even more so. Anyways, back to checking in on these guys again. The 7 won! Again! They are really good at this. Now they've got a battle for Tilted Towers, which is such a near and dear POI to people, so they better be careful with that one. The donation station is back again, this time with funding for Choppas. I actually forgot these ever even made it back into the game at this point, so that's kinda cool. Huh? Oh, thank goodness there's a content update. This has been a really weird season, and I need more to talk about. The hunting rifle and flintlock were brought back. They called it the trick shot unvaults. Cool combo to bring back. These two were the perfect weapons for trick shotting. They were gonna stick around for about a week, which was pretty neat. They also brought back the airstrike, which obviously seemed like the perfect unvaulting choice for this season. Also, it's time for another item vote! Balloons versus bubbles. Who's winning? Place your bets now! I mean, yeah, it's gonna be the bubbles because of zero build, but still, where's the fun in knowing the result? Pretend with me. Huh? What? This city cannot catch a break. Oh my goodness. Well, the 7 won. At a cost this time. Tilted was hit pretty hard from this battle, and a few of the buildings were caught in the crossfire. Literally. But wait, hold on, look at your map really quick. They did it. The 7 managed to take back and reclaim all of the POIs on the map. That's impressive. It's looking like the future of this island is in the hands of some really good leaders. Let's see who makes the next move. So, what the heck is that thing? Well, that's the Collider, and if you know anything about things named the Collider, you know that's probably not a good sign. We learned pretty quickly that the IO has stepped it up a bit and are resorting to something that can and will literally destroy the entire island. This thing started charging up and releasing energy more and more until the season was about to end. We've got to do something about this quick or else we're going to experience the first island to last only 2 seasons. Balloons won. How? Okay, so I think you can tell that Zero Build was still new at this time because if this were happening any other time later down the road, people would have voted for shield bubbles. They're a key part to Zero Build now, so yeah, that's really surprising to see. Anyways, these are actually our last loophole changes this season. They brought back the sideways weapons for a week and also brought back the recon scanner plus railgun combo for the week after, which is a neat way to shake things up, but that's it. What a weird season. This is one of those Fortnite seasons where it felt like everything was happening, but also nothing was happening. The lore was at an all-time high, and they were going full send on Zero Build. But like, that's kind of all the notable stuff about this season. As you can see, if you ask people what they think about it, they'll tell you Zero Build, maybe story, and that's it. It may have been weird, but it's not like we can really undermine how big of a deal this thing was. Zero Build changed everything. Some people would even go the lengths to say that it literally saved the game. And I'm sure you don't need me to tell you, there's a lot of people out there that only play Fortnite because of Zero Build. What about the people that like builds? Don't you think that catering to 2 complete different types of players might have negative effects in the future? I don't know. At least in the short term, this worked. Zero Build was the hot new thing, and people were loving it. I guess maybe we should have just picked a better season to introduce them with. This season started on a very notable note, but I guess it's just gonna go out like any other season would. Or so you might think. You know what? I think it's time. I think it's time for the plan. Listen up. You see, the 7 had a plan. They just needed a pilot to make it work. The scientists have spent all of last season trying to contact her, but it was clear that this season they were gonna need her help more than ever. The day is Saturday, June 4th, 2022. Fortnite Resistance was coming to a close, and it was going out with a bang. Welcome to Collision.
Whoa!
Oh
My
my
God.
Ghostbuster. Oh, what?
Whoa, look at that animation! The Epic Games with the animations!
Okay, you don't sound concerned. They may have the plans. We have the pilot.
Wait, they just all
Oh.
closed. Were we supposed to get in them?
Not too close.
Oh no. Origin!
Stand by for mission briefing.
Intended for Dr. Slow. If we don't stop it now, all life on the island will be destroyed. Leading
Yes.
the mission will be
Yes.
the finest
Oh.
man captain in all reality. Behind the controls, you and your team will be on
Whoa!
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 Which is yours.
Paradigm!
Mommy?
Mommy? Oh my god.
Listen up.
Oh, she has a voice.
Today, we're gonna put an end to the imagined order.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
good.
Such a
Ground
huge fan,
team
yo.
status.
I want you
Why
to
are
get
you
your
moving
autograph.
Stand by to engage launch.
Paradigm, open up!
Dude, she's totally gonna sacrifice herself.
Oh
do we?
boy! Oh, come
Oh.
Crew to battle stations.
What?
Well, look
You're
at that.
On the left. You're
Oh,
on
I
the
did
left.
take mine. I did take mine.
Yo, look at it. Oh my god, dude.
5, 4,
This is literally
3,
It is.
1. right?
What is that?
That's
Oh,
one of
that's
the
UFO.
alien ship
Here we
parts.
go.
Oh my god.
You see Peely? Is he just gonna be floating around?
Oh yeah, what about Pewee? Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let's get this thing going.
Thanks.
Got it, Shank.
My god.
Oh, she better stop.
Oh, she really just did that. Oh my god. Wait.
That's not good.
Convert power to Heartbreaker.
This is an Iron Man reference. That's an Iron Man reference.
Smash. Fast as I can.
Strike.
Oh, rocket. No. Rocket.
Okay.
Shoot.
We're letting too many through.
That's unfair. No.
Guys. Oh.
We're not going anywhere. without
Strange.
theirs.
There's a
Oh my
mech.
God,
There's a
that's
mech.
a
No, they're not bringing mechs back.
No.
Peely. Let's go,
No.
Peely.
How does this work? Yeah, it is. You
I can't
mashed
believe
it.
this is working. Really for the win?
Let's go, Peely. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Whoa, what the? Oh, that is way
Wait.
cool.
Whoa.
2 fingers.
Hold
Oh
on.
god.
Massive.
Eject.
No.
I don't think Sloan's too
I'll
happy
kiss
we're
you.
here.
Whoa.
Stay
Where?
down and follow me.
Jones has a scar.
How you
Incoming
have
fire.
that?
Oh,
Not
shoot.
allowed.
Yeah.
Oh hell
Get
yeah.
started. Image is not a thing.
Don't worry, Jones. We're swept. We got this.
Oh.
Oh.
Touches the crystals at the top of the collider, everything ends.
Whoa.
Star Wars.
Wait. Hold your fire. Sloan. You don't have to do this.
We're
Oh, we're gonna like
captured.
redeem.
I shoot slow.
Any last words?
Oh, is she gonna die?
Sound.
Yes. Yes.
Did we just kill Sloan?
Please.
Who is that?
Okay. Is that Ultron?
Focused on Geno.
Looks like
Yeah, is that
Ultron.
Ultron?
Geno.
To find it.
Those
Did
crystals
Sloan
will
just
detonate
die?
0 points. Take them out. 0 points almost to the top.
Wait, is that when that on?
That's it. We did it.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
To be continued. I'm guessing.
Not yet, please. Wow, what a crazy display. This scene now that we're seeing is so much different than what we've seen before in this game. The 7 won, and what could be next? We're only 2 seasons into the chapter so far. Whatever it is, I can already tell it'll be good. Based on its vibe, you know? Oh, the vibe. The vibe. Also, Star Wars happened, and I didn't mention it because I didn't care. Sorry. What a crazy chapter so far, and we only just finished Season 2? I mean, if we're going by Chapter 2 rules, then that means we're only a quarter of the way through, right? That's exciting. Also, pick a good video. Thank you.